excited to share it with more people. So that's what we're gonna do. All right. So let's kill this. Yes. And let's pull up this window capture. Is my Sentinels actually running? There it is. All right. So, where's my script?
John Mark basically did your
He
script,
did
so
basically do my script,
you
but
could
we'll do
read
it
it.
again because I also need to remember. I see that our attendance has ballooned a little bit. So quick program note: starting kind of this week, but officially next week, the Sentinels live stream will be moving an hour earlier. It's usually at 8 p.m. Eastern time, but due to John's movement to Spain, España, that would be 2 a.m. for him, and you know, he's good, but he's not that good. He doesn't want to have to stay up till 4 a.m. at least once a week. So we're going to be moving it back to 7 p.m. Eastern time starting next week. We will be tweeting about that, so just pay attention and you shouldn't miss anything. And as always, if you can't come in that early, we always post them to YouTube afterward. So,
Oh, and before you get too far into your spiel,
yeah.
I want to mention about Time Cataclysm, especially that Jennifer did a amazing job on the environments,
Amen.
as usual.
Amen. Yeah, so we were showing, you guys saw the artwork coming from Adam for the characters, but the artwork that you saw for the environments, both the block and Time Cataclysm, that's actually done in-house by our wonderful Jennifer. She couldn't be here tonight, unfortunately, but she joins us on the stream from time to time. And yeah, especially Time Cataclysm was a really interesting one because she, and similar to the way that Jean-Marc went back through all his old music and tried to find ways to blend it together, she did the same thing with the environment graphics, whereas she went into like, what's it called, Pike Industrial, and then grabbed a train from Silver Gulch and slammed it through the industrial park.
Yeah,
So
the train one is the coolest one,
that's
I
definitely the
think.
coolest one. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Back to the Future 3.
Exactly. All right.
Yeah. Oh,
So
and
So welcome everybody, one and all, to the Handelabra live stream of Sentinels of the Multiverse, already going strong for an hour now. The goal of these streams, of course, is to show you how to play the game as well as cover strategy that can help you win. We are the developers, so you can always be sure to get some insight into the process as well as see some stuff before anyone else, maybe even hear some stuff before anyone else like we did this evening. The game does include a tutorial that covers the basics, but we always do our best to explain what we're doing, when we do it, and why, and depending on how long it takes for us to win or lose, tonight, our first game might go kind of quick. Speaking of which, we may be playing more than one full game in a session, and sessions typically last somewhere around an hour and a half or so. Sentinels is currently available for iPad, Android tablets, as well as PC, Mac, and Linux via Steam, and you can always get more information at sentinelsdigital.com. So, which heartbreaking villain are we going to play tonight, gentlemen? I think we all know.
Dun, 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 dun.
That was almost as good as the last version we just listened to. All right, so we're in Justice Comics 57. Jean-Marc, come on in and join us. Oh, actually, you know what? I can turn it back on once we get into the game. I have the music turned all the way down because we were listening to other music. All right, so so someone in the chat says bets on how many rounds before the game ends. I actually played an Iron Legacy round game in testing where I died on the second villain turn. So Legacy began, each hero got a chance to go once, and then we were dead. So my understanding, and I've only played him a couple times, but my understanding of Iron Legacy is that the game is almost always quick, whether it's victory or defeat. So
that is accurate.
And we're kind of banking on that because tonight we're planning on having two games. The first of which is going to be Iron Legacy, and the second of which might show off some new variants that I think you guys can see in my deck selection here. That's right, the Freedom 6 are coming at ya with shattered timelines. Pretty soon, I think.
All 6 of them.
All 6 of them. Yes, we're going to play a 6-player game tonight. That's a new feature. You can now have 6 heroes in a game. No.
Stop saying lies.
I'm just kidding. That's not a real thing. All right, so hero-wise, why don't we let the Maestro pick first? We are not going to be playing the variants in this round. We're going to save that for game number 2.
For the lightning round.
So
actually, this is the lightning round. I did actually, in testing, have a quite long game against Iron Legacy because I was able to block melee damage and slowly would like build up a big enough attack to take him out.
All right, so while Jean-Marc and John are picking their heroes, I'm going to go ahead and tell you what Iron Legacy is all about. First of all, you'll notice that he has 6, count them, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Nemesis icons. Because the entire Freedom 6 is his Nemesis, and he is the Nemesis of the entire Freedom 6. Setup. At the start of the game, Iron Legacy enters play Ironclad Tyrant, side up. Cards are revealed from the top of the villain deck until H ongoing cards are revealed and put into play. Other revealed cards are returned to the villain deck, which is shuffled. Gameplay. At the start of the villain turn, if Iron Legacy has 20 or fewer HP, Iron Legacy flips. Iron Legacy is immune to environment damage. At the end of the villain turn, Iron Legacy deals each hero target 3 melee damage. Now, when he flips over, let's see what we got here. This is his Motivated by Desperation side. At the start of the villain turn, if Iron Legacy has 25 or more HP, he flips back. Reduce damage dealt to Iron Legacy by 1. At the end of the villain turn, Iron Legacy deals the hero target with the lowest HP H-1 melee damage and regains H+1 HP. Yikes. All right, so Jean-Marc has chosen our wonderful time-based Chrono Ranger, and John is playing Wraith. I think...
I'm playing the Wraith.
He's playing the Wraith.
Thank you very much.
Why don't we do a bit of a grudge match here? And environments. Let's see. We're going to do Time Cataclysm in the next game as well.
Yeah.
So let's...
I will mention if you there's been some talk of special quotes between Legacy and Iron Legacy. Those are not in the game at this point.
Oh. That's kind of why I picked him.
Well,
okay,
put the Wraith first then.
All right, we'll put the Wraith first. All right, so environments. What are we thinking? Should we go with Megalopolis for the sort of thematic? The city he once saved is the city he now rules.
I like not using powers or playing cards.
Yeah, we don't like those things.
Yeah. All right. So here it is. Iron Legacy versus the Wraith. Regular Legacy. I'm sorry, America's Finest Legacy. That's the way to say that. And Chrono Ranger at Megalopolis. Oh, look at that. So evil.
He's finally getting his revenge on Funny Bunny.
You should know the truth of all the world, Montgomery. All evildoers get punished. So even when you turn to darkness, given the opportunity, I fight for justice as you once did. And let me just, before we go into that, let me go ahead and bring the music up. All right. So let's take a look at what we got. Wraith starts with a combat stance, an infrared eyepiece, mega computer, and smoke bombs. Legacy's got a bolster allies, flying smash, and 2 superhuman durabilities.
That is going to be very useful for Legacy.
And then I've got by any means, eye on the prize, kill on sight, and the Masada for Chrono Ranger. All right, so are you guys ready? Because don't blink or you might miss it. Start game.
This is a game where you see 5 or more damage all the time.
Demoralizing presence. Another demoralizing presence. And galvanized. Oh, galvanized. The indestructible card. And out comes Flying Assault, 1 shot.
At least he didn't play the one where when we play a card, he kills us.
Iron Legacy deals the 2 hero targets with the highest HP 2 projectile damage each and destroy 2 equipment cards. Well, at least we don't have any equipment in play.
Yay! See, it won't be so bad.
He's only got +3
Yeah, he's
damage.
only got 3 +1 damages. That's no big deal, right?
And Nemesis against the Wraith.
Oh my gosh. Oh, Iron Legacy. What are you doing?
And then we all hit ourselves. Stop hitting yourself.
Stop hitting yourself. Stop hitting yourself. Oh, and stop hitting yourself again.
They're just confused. They're not actually hitting.
That's, though, to be fair, that's actually a relatively easy Iron Legacy start.
Yeah,
as bad as they can be.
I've definitely seen much worse ones.
Oh, goodness.
So let me go ahead and read those since we haven't done it yet. So Demoralizing Presence, so we said, increased damage dealt by Iron Legacy by 1. At the end of the villain turn, each hero target deals themselves 1 psychic damage. We had 2 of those out, so that's a bummer. And then Galvanized, we were talking about. This card increases damage dealt by Iron Legacy by 1, but it's also indestructible. So it cannot be destructed by normal means for where it says, like, destroy an ongoing card, etc.
Yes.
Basically in for the long haul.
So if you look at this start from the Wraith, it's not bad, except a lot of the time when you're looking at Iron Legacy, you have to think about, is the thing I'm going to play going to matter?
Right.
Smoke bombs will definitely be redirecting a lot of damage and reducing it by 1, but that's pretty minimal in the scheme of things. Combat stance will hit him once before I die.
Yeah, and then you'll hit yourself and hit yourself again.
Yeah. Oh, that's true. Yeah, that's absolutely true. We don't have a way to get rid of those ongoings. So, infrared eyepiece is probably all right, except it probably doesn't matter what he plays at this point. We're in big trouble. But I think, and Mega Computer is probably not what I'm going to play. But I think infrared eyepiece is what I'm thinking of playing. Just to get more cards and also maybe have him play something not the worst. I could use stealth, but I think I'm going to go for infrared eyepiece. Because if I can start hitting him, I can do a lot of damage.
All right, so let's see what we got here. We got Armored Fortitude, which is an ongoing reduced damage dealt to Iron Legacy by 1. At the start of the villain turn, Iron Legacy regains 3 HP. And then Former Allies. Each player discards 1 card and play the top card of the villain deck.
Yeah, I think anytime that I'm using infrared eyepiece and there's a card that plays another card, I don't choose it.
Yeah.
Because you may as well just, you're just playing a random card. So I think Armored Fortitude is the not worse here. Yeah. Oh, excellent. And I got an impromptu invention.
Oh, good.
And an inventory barrage, which is actually good. It's nice to have single large attacks.
Yes. All right,
against
so
Iron Legacy. At least, unless he has the ongoing card that redirects such attacks to a hero.
True. All right, so my first thought... okay, so I'm sure the chat knows what my first thought is. My first thought is, do the damage right now!
Leroy Jenkins.
Exactly. But again, like every single damage he does is over 5. So I feel like superhuman durability is probably not terrible, but I'd be willing to maybe try and hold off on that for a turn if the bolster allies we think would be more helpful at this stage. So what are we thinking? Like Chrono Ranger, do you know what you're doing this turn?
Yes. I am more leaning towards protection.
Yeah, I think both of us have cards to play, and superhuman durability will be useful.
Yeah, all right,
so
done. And then I'll go ahead and galvanize us.
Okay.
Well, we got to hit him. I mean, yes, the galvanize is going to make us hit ourselves for an additional +1, but if we don't start taking him out quickly, it'll
be twice as well, though. Well,
that's true. It will be twice.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Yep.
So Eye on the Prize is what I call a transparent card, meaning you play it and then it allows you to play another one, so I'll just go ahead and do that.
I think in Magic they're called teacher cards as well.
Teacher.
Yes, you should definitely play Hunter and Hunted.
So I can take more damage.
Yeah.
I think the most useful thing here would be by any means. Seems I agree there, so I'll just go ahead and do that. And then I will deal him 1 projectile damage, which is twice.
Tutor. The actual Magic players are correcting me.
Thank you, Magic players.
Tutor cards. Or cantrips in Dominion, potentially.
Aha, yes. This is... yes, I like not using powers.
Awesome. I was hoping not to use powers this turn.
Oh, good. Good.
And then out comes that Armored Fortitude that we knew was coming.
I wonder if something special happens if you don't use powers at all.
Yeah. I think many people don't realize that Megalopolis is actually one of the hardest environments. It's not the hardest, but it's in the top tiers.
Yeah, totally.
Because it often prevents you from doing things which can be devastating.
Alright, so now 2 of the 3 of us have scratches and stuff.
Let's hit ourselves some more.
He's only at 27. That's pretty low for a villain.
And that superhuman durability is keeping legacy up.
Yep.
Alright, so I'm going
Yes,
to...
shielding winds would be useful too.
Yeah, it would be. Because probably both it and superhuman durability would activate every round on the same damage. Alright, impromptu invention. Great. Oh, another infrared eyepiece. Yeah, this is looking pretty dire. I will not get another turn. So what would you like me to do? I guess smoke bombs could save the wraith.
Yeah, I'd go to legacy and then probably be reduced. That might actually be a lot more useful.
Yeah, actually, we should have thought of that before.
Oh.
Yeah, so I think
Get incapacitated and learn.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with utility belt.
In cap and learn. Is that like Netflix and chill?
Like some people in the chat are like, "Oh, holy crap! I didn't know Iron Legacy was like this."
Yeah, I didn't either. Like, I had never played him in card form until he was in testing in the game, and I was like, "All right, I'm gonna see what everybody's complaining about Iron Legacy," and I was like, "Boom, boom, boom, knocked out! Holy cow!" So that's
I guess
what
I
they're
didn't
talking about.
really need utility belt, but I couldn't. Nothing else would make sense. So whatever.
All right. So again, I asked Chrono Ranger, "Do you know what you're gonna play, or should I just flying smash him and waste 2 damages?"
Probably play Displaced Armory.
Yeah, I mean the Masada would actually be good to play also. If I assume your Displaced Armory would be getting the hat.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just gonna smash him because at this point it's like, what are we waiting for? You know what I mean? Like, this is a game that actually, like, playing against Iron Legacy.
The problem is you're going to hit him and then he's going to heal it all back up. But
playing against Iron Legacy fits my playstyle very well, which is like, you need to do all the damage right now, or what are you waiting for? You know what I mean? Or else you're just going to get wailed on and it's all going to be over.
It's true. But yeah, it's really tricky.
It is, absolutely.
And actually, if we do get him below 20, our smoke bombs thing will work a lot better because he hits the target with the lowest. Oh, right, and you can't use the Masada.
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, well. You've got a sudden contract, so your Masada gets more powerful next turn. If you have it next turn. All right, let's discard a card. Oh yeah, we could have gotten a grenade, but I feel like it doesn't matter at this point. Oh good,
yeah, I'm actually just getting used to Chrono Ranger, so I didn't even take the time to look through all the equipment.
I mean, it's easy to default to just getting the hat though, anyways, because more card plays is good. All right, here goes Wraith because she's not the lowest. And she's 6 in year 5, so she just dies right away.
Right.
But we're here to support you, buddy. It's you versus yourself.
Yeah, I'm just gonna... Yeah, do that, and do that. And okay, and okay, and okay. Yes! All right, I'm taking this to the hole right now. Here we go.
I'm going to pull up my favorite legacy quote here, which is, "It's fine. Everything is fine."
All right.
Would you like me to destroy an ongoing card?
Yeah, let's get rid of get rid of Armor Fortitude.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, I will say I hadn't really looked at that yet, but that Legacy versus Legacy face-off right there is pretty badass. You should think I just hit myself?
Just to end this. You never know. You truly never know.
It's going to hit one of you.
That's true. Actually, that's a really good idea to skip your power phase because there's no other hero.
Yep.
And actually, can you play card, play takedown? It won't help you, but it's thematic, sort of.
Yeah, so... Yeah, that's fine. I'll do that.
You don't have to take the damage for it, which is nice. Oh, and you've got help.
Police?
Do it, police! Take him! Oh. Oh, well.
He's immune. Yeah, you can't. There's no turtling with the environment strategies against Iron Legacy.
There it is. All right, it is 8:23. Thanks for joining us on Sentinels Live tonight. We'll see you next week. Good night, everybody. And there's
you can hear the
Iron
song
Legacy
again.
Theme song playing. Yeah, so there's Iron Legacy
like
at 22. Yeah, so here's the thing about this artwork. Yes, he won. But you can see in there, you can see on his face that he's like, there's a part of him that isn't okay with it. And he's still, like, there's still good in him. I can feel it. Anyway.
I'm going to take a quick break. I'll be back.
All right, John Mark's going to be back. All right, so that's Iron Legacy, everybody. He's awesome because Iron Legacy is really great for that time that you want to play 70 games in an hour, and you just want to keep playing over and over and over and over. I got kicked out of the room.
Yeah, on the tabletop, people play him at lunchtimes.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Because he's usually, even with a card game, he's pretty quick.
All right, so while Jean-Marc